Well, everybody out there in Atlanta, this is Chris from HLegacy.com with another exciting episode of Topher's Vlog. We're back out at Universal Orlando Resort today. We've got some more Halloween Horror Nights street construction goodness to take a look at. A couple other things that we'll take a peek at over there at Universal Studios Florida. A little bit, another quick visit out here just to take a look at some of the construction. Things have appeared that were not there when we last checked on Monday. Monday, of course, was really the first sign of lighting rig porn, as I call it every year. Started popping up inside the park, more towards the back of the park. I had made mention in that video that it would not surprise me if there was more stuff that would show up throughout the week, both in New York and Central Park. Well, we have both of those. Quite a lot of things in New York that we have to take a look at, and some stuff in Central Park. So again, a little bit of a quick trip out here, trying to get out, in and out before the rain. It's supposed to be a pretty stormy afternoon, so trying to get out of here before all that stuff. So let's not waste any more time. Let's have some fun. So of course today is July 23rd. It is the opening day, or at least here it is in America, of the 2020 Olympics. Of course, 2021, performed in 2021. But today is the opening day. Here is today's look at the crowds down Park Central. There's some kind of competition happening here at the resort. Dance the Magic, I think is what it's called. But here are the crowds today. What do we got? What is Despicable Me is 40 minutes, and Shrek, good old 25. 40 minutes. So 40 minutes for both Shrek and Despicable Me. Not too bad. Looks to be a little bit less crowded than when it was on Monday, considering it's a Friday, but not as bad as it was on Monday. So we are here to check out the updates. So first stop is in New York. So our first stop is New York. We have this lovely piece of scaffolding here in New York. And of course the coveted do not climb and the pardon our dust signs are out for Halloween Horror Nights. But this is the first real big piece of Scare Zone stuff that we have that is not just a lighting rig. And it is in the quintessential bus stop area. Now there was some people who noticed. I noticed it last week, but I didn't point it out. But on the bus stop, underneath the stage here, there is a photo spot mural on the ground. But it is not for this. It is for that. So the stage covers up the photo spot sticker. So big stage here over the bus stop, central area for New York. And of course we have the murals, these little murals here for whatever it could be. I know what it is, but keep you all in suspense. As we move down New York, we've got all these little scaffolding things here. So there's one there. There's a small one right in front of the mummy. Looks like they're still building stuff over here. There is another one over here. They all have numbers on them, so that one says 1, this one says 2, and then this one over here says 3. So all these scaffoldings all down the street here. Very cool. So first, I think we should all get used to platforms, guys, in the streets. But there you go. So scaffolding, platforms are visible in the streets of New York. Quick look down Hollywood Boulevard. Nothing really yet. There are some lights, newer lights that are not used for the parade or anything like that have been placed on top of the roofs. But other than that, nothing visible in the streets. So we didn't get any kind of an announcement yesterday, but they did change the preview merch to the Beetlejuice shirt that we had back in March. So this one, Halloween Horror Nights #1. So here you go. So we did have this shirt back in March for the Beetlejuice preview merch back then, but it has been re-put out. Still plenty of sizes. So there you go, this week's preview merch. So over in Central Park, we have a lot of lighting rig porn to look at. There's plenty of lighting rigs that have made their way into Central Park. They line both sides of Central Park. So quite a lot over here. Pretty much was that, like every 20, 30 feet or so. So typical fare. These are green covered. Sometimes they are black. I think last year they were black, but green could be an indication of what may be in this scare zone. Just an FYI. Green, green, green. So green lighting rigs over in Central Park. So there you go. Lighting rigs. We also have early speakers being put out on both sides. There's some over here. Speakers for sound. There we go. But just lighting rigs so far inside Central Park, and speakers. A lot of speakers. Here is today's hype check on the Men in Black tent. Weekly hype check. All is well. So the courtyard that is in front of the Fear Factor Live stage has been cordoned off. There are people that have made their way into the courtyard here, but we will not break the rules. There were reports of music happening in here the other day. I have not heard anything. But definitely something going on in here, as we all probably know. But showed you this last week, but the signage has been completely covered up in preparation for whatever they have going on in here. So not too much else on this side of the park. So we move on. So something that I wanted to make a quick mention about in regards to some of the street construction that we are seeing today. Up in the New York section of the park, they did have yesterday, I believe yesterday or the day before, they put out barrels similar to the barrels that we saw in the streets for Survive or Die, just painted differently. Survive or Die was back in 2016, the chance here. So similar barrels with bodies being covered by tarps, which is usually, if you ever want hints of dead bodies in scare zones for Halloween Horror Nights, especially during the day when you're walking around the park, generally, if it's covered with a tarp, it is probably a dead body. some instance of a dead body. So those seem to have been removed from the New York section of the park. I did not see them today, so but they have since been removed. So no more those barrels. So it is what it is, but we continue around the park. So in the back of the park, just the same old rigs that we saw the other day. The start of lighting rig porn, as it were. So just those. Don't see anything else back here. Not even lights put on there yet. So walking through San Francisco as we make our way towards the exit, because I'm trying to get out of here before the rain, just so you know. Nothing to view yet. So here's that dance competition going on. Dance to the Magic is on the main Music Plaza stage today. There's two rigs that were here last week on the other side of the archway. I thought they were there for the Olympic medallion, but considering that today is the start of the Olympics and there are no lights up yet, I think this might be for Hornets, so just taking a guess. Well, that's going to do it for us out here today at Universal Orlando Resort. A quick look at the Halloween Horror Nights street construction currently going on all around the park. We got stuff in Central Park, we got stuff in New York, a lot of stuff in New York. And then the lighting rigs that we saw in the back of the park, there's still nothing in San Francisco either. So yeah, so a lot of stuff going on, a lot of activity, a lot of signs of Halloween Horror Nights 30. Tomorrow is a day that I'm calling 0 hour. Now tomorrow is July 24th, 2021. July 24th, 2020 is the day that Universal canceled Halloween Horror Nights. But tomorrow, nevertheless, is what I'm calling 0 hour. It is the day where the space-time continuum meets up with July 24th, 2020, the day that Halloween Horror Nights 30 was canceled. Nevertheless, we see stuff going on in the park. So a lot of stuff, a lot of activity happening, especially in New York. New York, I've said in the past, is always a zone that lends itself to sort of these chaotic, chaos-filled scare zones. And this particular one, I think, is going to fit that vibe very well. So yeah, so a lot of stuff going on. Of course, we had the preview merch drop yesterday. It's the Beetlejuice stuff that we saw back in March. I can't remember, was that at the tribute store last year too? I can't remember. All I know is that we've seen this shirt before. I have to go back and look at my notes. It's the same shirt that we saw before. But anyway, it is what it is. Didn't get an announcement this week. Wouldn't be surprised if there's one coming next week, so keep your eyes out for that. We are rapidly approaching opening night for Halloween Horror Nights 30. Keep waiting on those tickets. Just be patient. Anyway, that's going to do it for me out here today, guys. The next time I should be back out here is Monday. Maybe I'll see what the outlook looks like on the day. But that is the next available time I will be out at the park. So that's going to be it for me. As usual, everybody, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.